Welcome everybody back to the Chaotic Dice Network. This is the channel, The Real Galveston Boy. The Real Galveston Boy speaking. Michigan's got some problems. And this is one of them. This guy right here. This look on his face. He's daydreaming about your children. It's terrible. Let's get right into what I want to talk about. How people just like him and others, doesn't matter where he's from, just people just like him, and I'm referring to people that don't know how to use English or think they do, and think we the people are dumb enough to fall for his bad use of English. So we're about to get into two contradictions here. One where he says that nobody should be between the doctor and the patient, talking about transgender surgeries for kids and stuff. And then later on, we're just going to skip straight to it. So it's only going to be a couple of minutes of watching this video. A shout out to LV Nation. Click that subscribe button, all, and thumbs up if you want to support them. The link's in the description down below. You can find Fox News and Jesse Waters on your own, so I didn't put the link down there. But let's go ahead and play these videos and get to talking what we're talking about.
Look, I remember having great conversations with my conservative friends about right to try legislation. The idea that the government shouldn't tell you what kind of health care you should have. I just think the government shouldn't tell you what kind of health care you should have. And if you're a minor,
you want to try on kids?
Now, if you disagree with that, if you disagree that healthcare decisions need to be made by a doctor and their parents and a patient, then we think we agree to disagree. But, you want to put government inside.
So, Abdul, you're a doctor, right?
Selectively.
Let's hear that one more time.
I just think the government shouldn't tell you what kind of health care you should have. And if you're a minor,
See how he says, I don't think that the government should. And then he goes right into, at the end of it, say that if Jesse Water believes, then they have to disagree when they're both kind of, it doesn't make any sense. Because let's get over here to the 12-minute, 19-second so that he can explain the rest of it.
You don't know. Let me tell you what it is. It's $7 trillion a year. And your plan to take over the healthcare system is $4 trillion.
And here's the problem with it. So to exactly your point,
I mean,
do you know what
I'm not very good at math. I don't think you're very good at math either, but go ahead.
Clearly you don't. And you don't seem to care. But I don't think most Americans want to spend that much money on military escapades so that the folks stranded on the USS Abraham Lincoln can't even get a sausage for breakfast. I just think
he's retarded. He doesn't know nothing about the situation in the military, but he wants to use it as some kind of politicking point. But anyways, let's listen to the rest of it.
That we could do a lot better with our money, Jesse, and I think that's where you and I tend to disagree.
I just disagree.
Agrees with you.
I think if you spend $4 trillion, everything else is going to get really expensive. You're going to look back at Biden inflation, and you're going to wish you were back there.
Damn.
See, he wants to add $4 trillion to let the government take over the government spending. But didn't he just say at the beginning of the conversation that he thinks that you're not going to be able to hold your attention through the whole thing and remember what he said at the beginning, where he contradicts himself? And that's because this guy believes in Muhammad. Now, just to let you, I'm going to explain why the biggest name in Islam is Muhammad, but spelt out and pronounced out, it's Morham, basically. And it's because Muhammad himself had a great night with a bunch of guys with some super hard, and all he complained about is how they never got soft. He didn't complain that he was being ridden like a horse all night long from sundown to sun up. He didn't complain about all that. This is in their own books, okay? I'm not making this up. It's in their own books. So we know Muhammad's gay, and in order for him to, I guess, act like he's not gay to everybody else, he started marrying little kids, right? And so this is what Abdul believes in. He believes that's the best role model ever in the world, and that's the prophet better than any other prophet. And so he should be following them, even though we know 100% that the whole Quran is made up. Literally, it's not even based off of facts. It's just made up by some people. And there's like 36, 38 different versions of it, even though they'll tell you they're all the same. They're not. Anyways, so this is the guy that wants to get y'all's vote in Michigan. And this is how he's talking to us, we the people, thinking we're that dumb that we'll fall for it. So anyways, get out. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Independent, Republican. If you don't vote against this guy specifically, whoever the other candidate is, which Republican it is, I can't remember the dude's name, but just vote against this guy. We need him out of politics completely. We need him to know that he's just never going to win a race to implement these lies, because his religion / political ideals, which is called the Quran and called Islam, and he counts as a Muslim, and he has the Muslim thought process where he can believe in a fake book. He can believe that more ham up his butt, the prophet is the best person in the world to live up to, and the world needs to be like that. So we need to let these people know, send out a message that we're not down with that. We don't need Sharia law replacing constitutional law. We don't even need you and he'll argue in here, go watch the video, he'll argue in here that 1%, we're just 1%. We're not trying to implement Sharia law. Yeah, you are, fool. That 1% literally are setting up mosques and building little sections of towns where they're running other people out so that it's all Sharia law in there. They're even telling the stores that, hey, now that we're here, you can't sell alcohol no more. You can't sell pork no more. You can't do this. You can't do that. You need to be halal. You need to be all this stuff under Sharia law. And so don't let them fool you. It's him saying that that's not what they're trying to do, is bring that in here and replace the law we already have. So anyways, that's a quick thing for me. I hope y'all have a good day. Think about liking, commenting, subscribing. Help out the channel.